In this lesson, we are going to work with converting units of measure. And so when we talk about units of measure, we can talk about how long something is, how much something holds, how much something weighs. And so we're going to talk about lots of different units of measure. And the easiest way to convert units is to use proportions. And so I'm going to show you how that's done. So when you convert between units, you need to go ahead and set up a proportion with each unit on top of and across from each other. And this is going to look very similar to how we were setting up proportions using word problems. So for example, if we're setting up a proportion to convert between gallons and quarts, on one side we're going to have gallons over quarts, and then on the other side we need to have a matching proportion with gallons over quarts. So let's go ahead and jump right into our first example. So here it's asking us to take 33 feet and to convert it into yards, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 33 feet and I'm going to put it over X yards equals. Now over here is my conversion chart, and each time I ask you to convert units, I'm going to give you an actual conversion chart. So you're not going to have to memorize any of the conversions. So on your conversion chart, you need to locate the row that talks about feet and yards. So that's going to be this row right here, because we're talking about yards and feet. Okay? So it says 1 yard equals 3 feet. So on the other side of our proportion, we're going to put 1 yard, and yards goes on the bottom, because here we have it on the bottom, and then we're going to put 3 feet on the top, because we had feet on the top over here. And now all we're going to go ahead and do is solve. So x times 3 is 3x, and 1 times 33 is 33. So we have 33 equals 3x. We're going to box our variable, divide by 3 on both sides. 33 divided by 3 is 11 equals x, because these 3's are going to cancel. And then we're going to flip it around, so x equals 11. And then it's always a good idea to go ahead and check to make sure that our proportion works. So 33 over 11 instead of x, we're going to put our 11 equals 3 over 1. So 11 times 3 is 33, and 1 times 33 is also 33. And that's how we make sure that it works. So 33 feet equals 11 yards. That's our answer. All right, next problem. 4 miles equals blank feet. Okay, so here we're going to do 4 miles over x feet equals. So now we're going to go back to our conversion chart here. So which row on our conversion chart has miles and feet? So that's going to be this row right here. So 1 mile equals 5,280 feet. So I have 1 mile on the top because I had 4 miles on the top here. And then I have 5,280 feet on the bottom because I had feet on the bottom here. So x times 1 is 1x, and then 4 times 5,280 equals 21,120. So 21,120 equals 1x. So I'm going to box the variable, divide by 1, divide by 1. So 21,120 divided by 1 is 21,120 equals, these ones cancel, x. And then I'm just going to go ahead and flip this around, so it's x equals 21,120. And then it's always a good idea to go ahead and check our work. So it's going to be 4 over 21,120 equals 1 over 5,280. So 21,120 times 1 is 21,120, and 4 go ahead and use your calculator. 4 times 5,280 equals 21,120. So that proportion works out. So our answer is 4 miles equal 21,120 feet. All right, our next one. So 2 tons equals how many pounds? So 2 tons over X pounds equals. So here's our conversion chart. So which row in the conversion chart talks about tons and pounds? And that's going to be the last row right here. So 1 ton equals 2,000 pounds. So 1 ton is going to go on top because I had tons on top over here. And then 2,000 pounds on the bottom. So let's go ahead and solve. X times 1 is 1x. And then 2 times 2,000 is 4,000. So 4,000 equals 1x. Box the variable. Divide by 1 on both sides. 4,000 equals, these ones cancel, x. But then we're going to flip it around, so x equals 4,000. Okay, always a good idea to check our proportion. So 2 over 4,000, because instead of x, I'm putting in 4,000, equals 1 over 2,000. So 4,000 times 1 is 4,000. 2 times 2,000 is also 4,000. So that checks out. So 2 tons equals 4,000 pounds. All right, here's our next problem. So 20 pints equals how many cups? So I have 20 pints over X cups equals. So which row on our conversion chart are we going to use? We need to find the one that has pints and cups. So that's going to be this row right here. So we have 1 pint equals 2 cups. So the 1 pint is going to go on top because we had pints on top right here. And then we have 2 cups on the bottom because we had cups right here. So we have x times 1, which is 1x. And then 20 times 2, which is 40. So 40 equals 1x. Box the variable. Divide both sides by 1. 40 divided by 1 is 40. These ones cancel. Equals x. And then x equals 40. And then it's always a good idea to check our proportion. So 20 over 40, and I got that from 20 over x, but instead of x, we're going to put 40, equals 1 over 2, and I got the 1 over 2 right here, and then I'm going to cross multiply. 40 times 1 is 40, 20 times 2 is also 40, so that works out. So 20 pints equals 40 cups. All right, 28 quarts equals how many gallons? So I have 28 quarts over X gallons equals, now look on our conversion chart. So which one talks about quarts and gallons? And that's going to be the last row right here. So 1 gallon equals 4 quarts. Well, the 1 gallon is going to go on the bottom because I have gallons on the bottom. And then the 4 quarts are going to go on top because quarts go on the top. So let's cross multiply. X times 4 is going to be 4x. 28 times 1 is going to be 28. 28 equals 4x. Box the variable. Divide both sides by 4. 28 divided by 4 is 7. These 4's cancel. Bring down your x. And then flip it around so x equals 7. And then let's check our proportion. So 28 over 7 equals 4 over 1. 7 times 4 is 28, and 28 times 1 is also 28. So that checks out. So 28 quarts equals 7 gallons. All right, next problem. 8,100 centimeters equals how many meters? So 8,100 centimeters over x meters equals. So which line on our conversion chart is going to tell us centimeters and meters? And that's going to be this line right here. So we have 1 meter equals 100 centimeters. So 1 meter is going to go on the bottom because I had meters on the bottom, and 100 centimeters is going to go on the top because I had centimeters on the top. So x times 100 is 100x, and then 8,100 times 1 is 8,100. So 8,100 equals 100x, box the variable, divide both sides by 100. So 8,100 divided by 100 is going to be 81 equals, these 100s cancel, you're left with x, flip it around, x equals 81. And then let's go ahead and check the proportion. 8,100 over 81 equals 100 over 1. So 81 times 100 is 8,100, and 8,100 times 1 is 8,100. So that checks out. So 8,100 centimeters equals 81 meters. All right, so here we have 5 kilograms equals how many grams? So 5 kilograms over x grams equals. So which line on our conversion chart talks about kilograms and grams? And that's going to be this line right here. So 1 kilogram, so kilograms are on top, equals 1,000 grams. So let's cross multiply. X times 1 is 1x. 5 times 1,000 is going to be 5,000. So 5,000 equals 1x. Box your variable, divide by 1 on both sides. 5,000 divided by 1 is 5,000 equals, your 1's cancel and you're left with x. X equals 5,000. Let's go ahead and check our proportion. So 5 over, and instead of x, I'm going to put 5,000 equals 1 over 1,000. Cross multiply. 5,000 times 1 is 5,000, and 5 times 1,000 is 5,000. So that works out. So 5 kilograms equals 5,000 grams. All right, here we have 9,500 milliliters equals how many liters? So 9,500 milliliters equals x liters. And there's only one line on our conversion chart, and we have liters and milliliters, so we know that's the right one. So we have 1 liter, that's going to go on the bottom, equals 1,000 milliliters. So x times 1,000 is 1,000 x. 9,500 times 1 is 9,500. So 9,500 equals 1,000x. Box the variable. Divide both sides by 1,000. 9,500 divided by 1,000 is 9.5. These 1,000s cancel and you're left with x. Flip that around, x equals 9.5. and it's always a good idea to check your proportion. So 9,500 over 9.5 equals 1,000 over 1. Cross multiply. 9.5 times 1,000 is 9,500. 9,500 times 1 is 9,500. That works out. So 9,500 milliliters equals 9.5 liters. All right, those are all the examples that I have for converting units. We will do some more practice in class. Let me know if you have any questions.